Hello everybody and welcome to the Talladega Super Speedway for the final race in the Michelin Cup Series playoffs round of 16 here, the cutoff elimination race at Talladega, race number 29 of the season. If you're green and underway here at Talladega, Jeff Gordon on the front row alongside Kevin Harvick. Sorry, alongside Tony Stewart, rather. The 24 and the 20 on the front row together here. Gordon, of course, looking for win number 5 on the season. Stewart looking for win number 2. Both looking to advance to the round of 12. Both are currently comfortable in on points. There's no mistakes. They should advance. Michael Waltrip, 3rd place, comes in 21 below the cut line and 16th out of the 16. He needs a big run today to advance, or else his hopes of advancing to the round of 12 are in jeopardy. There's Dale Earnhardt Jr., Ryan Newman back in the top 5. Both of those locked in. Jr. clinched on points. Newman advanced to win last time out at Dover, but here comes Tony Stewart to the inside of Jeff Gordon for the race lead. Stewart looking for the race lead here. That 20 car as he's looking to get win number 2 to back up that Michigan win he got earlier this season. He's got a train behind him of Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, and Rusty Wallace. A very strong grouping right there on the inside lane as Tony Stewart now driving away. Jr. tried to go in the middle, 3 wide to work with Michael Waltrip. Doesn't work. Stewart leads lap 1 here at Talladega. Harvick, Earnhardt, and Gordon 3 wide behind him. Then Kurt Busch and Michael Waltrip battle it out for 5th on the racetrack. Jeff Gordon goes way up out of the groove. He will lose some spots. The DEI cars losing draft. No help. Here comes Kurt Busch into 3rd. The 97 comes in only +4. He needs a miracle today. He needs to have a very, very good points day to advance to the round of 12. Let's see if he can do that today. He's right behind the 29 of Kevin Harvick. He's got help from Rusty Wallace. Kurt Busch straight by. Here comes the 18. Bobby Labonte in the mix now. He's trying to make his way to the next round. As the round of 12 has some good tracks from Bobby Labonte in Kansas and at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. But right now it is Stewart leading, trying to hold off the 97 of Kurt Busch for the race lead. As they battle it out behind him, the DEI car is getting shuffled back out of line. But it is Tony Stewart leading early in stage 1 at Talladega. Now I move on to a caution coming out here on lap 25. Kurt Busch has been involved in a crash. One of your championship contenders, Kurt Busch, has crashed. It looks like with the 77 of Dave Blaney. We just catch the end of it here. Dave Blaney and Kurt Busch have crashed. Ward Burton was involved. It looks like he has a lot of damage on that car. And so the caution will waive for Kurt Busch being destroyed. And that is costly for Kurt Busch's hopes of advancing to the next round of the playoffs. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, battle for the leads between Greg Biffle, Robbie Gordon. Robbie Gordon comes in +11. Biffle comes in -3 to the playoff cut line, needing a good run, and that's exactly what he's doing today. Biffle, the rookie, leading the field here at Talladega. Kevin Harvick now in his second. That 29 continuing to be consistent as Biffle leads on lap 26 at Talladega. And now on to the restart here on lap 29 on to lap number 30. It's going to be Biffle, Robbie Gordon, Sterling Marlin, Michael Waltrip, and Tony Raines the top 5 with the 30. Jeff Green, 1 lap down, currently sits below the cut line. Green cannot afford a bad day today, but he's having one right now, a lap down to the leaders and on the ropes whether or not he will advance to the next round of the playoffs. Of course, Jeff Green pulled off the upset win at Chicagoland after being outside the top 30 in points all year long. I mean, it's to be lucky if he advances. Whereas Kenny Wallace has been outside the top 30 in points all year long. One at Daytona has been having a hell of a round. Currently sits +14 above the cut line coming into today and is running inside the top 10 right now, doing a whale of a job back there. But Jeff Green is going to lead Sterling Marlin. Of course, Green's a lap car, but now Sterling Marlin will get to the inside of Greg Biffle, and Marlin will take the lead here at Talladega going by Biffle. Marlin's going to help from the 9 of Bill Elliott and the 45 of Kyle Petty behind him. They have Mayfield, Cope, Craven, Kenny Wallace, Kenseth, and Stewart in that line on the inside lane. Marlin to the lead, goes to the inside of Jeff Green to put him 1 lap down, and he will have help from the 45 of Kyle Petty as Bill Elliott decides to stick it out with Jeff Green. Sterling Marlin leading here on the restart at Talladega on lap 31. He's got help from Kyle Petty. Here comes Jeremy Mayfield, who's been having some really good runs lately at the short tracks. That 19 Dodge for Abraham, the best of the group, better than Bill Elliott this season, who only has 4 top 10 finishes and 1 top 5. Really struggling this season to have any kind of speed, any kind of anything for him, really coming to a point where he might need to start considering his retirement options. But still at the front of the field, Marlin still leading the way. He's had a tough year, of course. Made the championship 4 last season, won 5 times, had a great season. Just this season, you know, it hasn't been it. He couldn't win to get in the playoffs, and Still has not won to this point in the season. Is trying to have a good end to the season here. Kyle Petty behind him. He's struggled in that 45 car ever since he took over. Has never been the same. Here comes Ricky Craven, though, the 32 of Craven looking in second. He's had a great season, but still missed the playoffs. And Kenny Wallace going for third. How about that? But Sterling Marlin leads on lap 32 at Talladega. Now into the last lap of stage 1. It is Jeff Gordon in the lead, looking for the stage win. How about Tony Raines, your Bristol winner, running in second. Jerry Nadeau third. Johnny Benson fourth. Now Benson going by Nadeau. Here comes Kenseth behind him. The 6 of Mark Martin is in this pack as well, gaining spots on the inside lane, which is gaining positions and gaining points for the 6 of Mark Martin, which is exactly what he needs. Of course, the 6 needing points to advance, as is the 24. But if Gordon gets a stage win here, or even if he gets some solid stage points, he should pretty much be well on his way to easily advancing to the round of 12, no problem. Of course, he's the winningest driver this season and still is over Ryan Newman by 1 race. As Gordon looks to, he's leading the way through 3 and 4. Tony Raines gathering a run behind Gordon as we work towards the tri-oval here. Tony Raines, as we wait for Dave Lane across the line, he does. And behind us, Tony Raines going to make the move to the inside of Jeff Gordon for the lead here. Coming to the line, Raines and Gordon. Who will be the leader at the line? Stage 1 will go to Tony Raines. He steals it from Jeff Gordon. Then Benson, Leffler, Mark Martin, Sadler, Kenseth, Mayfield, Marlin, and Craven, your top 10. As Tony Raines beats Jeff Gordon for the stage 1 win. And now, getting underway in stage 2, out of the race is Jeff Green, Bobby Labonte, Greg Biffle, and Robbie Gordon. 4 of our championship contenders out. So Jeff Green, Bobby Labonte, Biffle out of the race means those 3 drivers are guaranteed to be eliminated from the playoffs no matter what, as they came in below the cut line. Tony Raines pitting from the lead and give the lead back to Jeff Gordon now. But the 18 and 31, the 16 and 30 means the 16 of Biffle, the 18 of Labonte, and the 30 of Green have been eliminated from the playoffs in the round of 16. So disappointing for Bobby Labonte. It's such a strong start to the year. Led the points for so many weeks, but it has come to an end. And Robbie Gordon has to hope to God that he can outpoint Michael Waltrip or someone else near the playoff bubble to advance, or else his playoff hopes might be over. He came in plus 11, so he's a bit of a bubble. We'll see what goes down, whether he makes it or not. But Jeff Gordon leading Mark Martin here to get back underway in stage 2 at Talladega. We have the rookie Greg Biffle, his first campaign and his first fight for a championship, his first playoff appearance comes to an end in round 1. Got the big win in Bristol. Really hasn't done much of anything since, and he will be eliminated from the playoffs. Of course, Jeff Green, as we mentioned, he had that upset win in Chicagoland, been outside top 30 in points all season long. Puts an end to his playoff run, and Bobby Labonte, really the biggest disappointment. He won 2 times this season. Was very, very strong. Very consistent. Through like the first, I'd say, 20 races or so, was right up there in the mix for the points lead, and then towards the end of the season, he's just fallen off. He just hasn't been the same, and it's just, ends his playoff run in round 1. A disastrous round for Labonte. As we watch the slow lap car of Dale Jarrett, who right now is on the ropes, whether he can advance to the next round of the playoffs or not, trying to hang on here in front of all these lead lap cars, getting held up by him. As you see the packs ahead just driving away. With the lead pack currently right now being led by Jeff Gordon, with Matt Kenseth, Michael Waltrip in the third, the 15. He didn't get any stage 1 points, but if he can get a solid run in stage 2 and the stage points there, he could find himself with a shot to point his way into the round of 12 from 21 out coming into this race. This would be huge for Mikey. This is exactly what he needs to transfer the next round, joining his teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. So you got 2 DEI representatives in the round of 12, both having their best seasons so far of their careers. As Gordon, though, continuing to dominate. Jeff Gordon so fast here today at Talladega, one of the best cars, as Gordon leads on lap 63 in stage 2 at Talladega. Now on the last lap of stage 2, it is Michael Waltrip in the lead, looking for the stage win. Ryan Newman second, Jason Leffler third, and Ricky Craven fourth. As Waltrip, of course, if he gets a stage win, he gains plus 10 on the cut line, and that is huge, as that puts him with only needing to gain 11 on Ricky Rudd, who actually didn't even qualify for the race to transfer on to the round of 12. So Robbie Gordon at 31, you know how he DNF'd? Well, he's going to advance to the round of 12 because he's already ahead of Ricky Rudd in the point standings. Ricky Rudd didn't even make the race. So right now the battle for the last spot is between Mikey Waltrip and Ricky Rudd. Waltrip currently, if he wins this stage, he goes from minus 21 to Rudd to minus 11. And all he needs to do is basically finish better than 31st, and he's through. So as we go to the end of stage 2, Michael Waltrip wins stage 2 here at Talladega, followed by Ryan Newman, Jason Leffler, Ricky Craven, and Tony Stewart. Then it will be Derek Cope, Johnny Benson, Elliott Sadler, Jeff Gordon, and Terry Labonte your top 10 in stage 2. As now we move on to just 2 to go at Talladega. It's Kevin Harvick leading, Mikey Waltrip second, Craven third, Gordon fourth, Stewart fifth, Sadler sixth. This pack of 6 will be fighting it out for the win. As Michael Waltrip got to the inside of Kevin Harvick, and Waltrip takes the lead at Talladega, trying to win, coming in the very last seed in the playoffs. Number 16, out by 21 points. If he wins, he transfers automatically, eliminates Ricky Rudd. He might just do that anyway on points. Here comes Ricky Craven to the inside. Craven going for the lead, looking for his first career Cup Series victory for PPI Motorsports, as he was one of the first few drivers to miss the playoffs after being so good all season long. Now he's got a chance to win at Talladega, and Tony Stewart following him in second, as these are catching a lap car. Look out, that's the 43 of John Andretti, the slow lap car, as Craven and Stewart are chasing him down the front straightaway here. The white flag in the air, final laps, and credit one back at Talladega for Craven. There's Andretti, watch out, Craven goes to the top side, and Andretti's going to block Stewart, Gordon, and Harvick. Waltrip on the top trying to get by, but Craven has the gap he needs as he clears Andretti, and Craven is gone. This race might be over. Craven might have just secured the win right there as Waltrip clears Andretti. Now he's going to try to use the drafts to get close and make something happen, but Gordon and the rest of them have been basically screwed out of the win because of John Andretti not moving out of the way and being the slowest lap car in existence. As Craven leads to 3 and 4. Waltrip trying to chase him down in second. Waltrip looking for win number 3 on the season. An automatic spot in the round of 12. I think he can clinch himself on points is where he finishes right now. But he wants to win. Waltrip will go the inside. Here comes Waltrip looking for the lead and for the win. Craven blocks. Denies his effort and back to the line. Ricky Craven, first career win at Talladega. Michael Waltrip, your runner-up. Stewart, Gordon, Harvick the top 5. Then Sadler comes home 6th. Marlin 7th. Newman 8th. Leffler 9th. And Derek Cope rounds out your top 10 today at Talladega. How about that? Ricky Craven, first ever Cup Series victory comes at Talladega Superspeedway. Michael Waltrip comes from 21 below the cut line to advance to the round of 12 on points, as does Gordon, Harvick, and Stewart. As the 4 drivers being eliminated, most likely will be Bobby Labonte, Jeff Green, Greg Biffle, and Ricky Rudd out in the round of 16. As you look at the race results on the left side of your screen, and we'll see the final round of 16 playoff grid in a few short moments. Now at the final round of 16 playoff grid, Bobby Labonte indeed has been eliminated by 12 points. Very disappointing end to his season. Jeff Green, Greg Biffle both out by 11. Both were outside the top 30 in points in the regular season. Didn't really have the consistency. I didn't think they'd make it anyway. And then Ricky Rudd eliminated by 10 points. He had a good season, but missing Talladega automatically eliminated him from playoff contention. Dale Jarrett survives. He advances by just 10 points. Robbie Gordon advances by 11. Kurt Busch barely advances by 12 points to the cut line. Kenny Wallace, the 83, survives and advances by 18 points. What a run for Kenny Wallace. He keeps his Cinderella story alive. Then Michael Waltrip from minus 21 to plus 24. 45-point swing to advance. Legendary performance from him. Then Mark Martin, Terry Labonte, Jeff Gordon, Harvick, Stewart, and Dale Jr. all comfortably advanced on points. And of course, Ryan Newman had the Dover win. Now the playoff grid entering the round of 12, where Kenny Wallace, Mark Martin, Dale Jarrett, and Kurt Busch can start behind the 8 ball, below the cut line, heading to Kansas, Charlotte, and Martinsville. Of course, Kenny Wallace starts out by 4, Mark Martin out by 3, Jarrett out by 2, and Kurt Busch out by 1. But Stewart and Dale Jr. both barely in by just 1 point above the cut line. Robbie Gordon plus 4, Michael Waltrip and Terry Labonte plus 8, Harvick plus 16, Jeff Gordon plus 21, and your regular season champion Ryan Newman plus 27. So until the next episode for the round of 12 opening race at the Kansas Speedway, I hope you all have a good one.